Hello and welcome to a new episode of Critical Coffee Considerations with me, 1zpresso. What do we have today in store? Well, spring just started, so we'll do a spring cleaning of my 1zpresso grinder. As you know, in the past I had grinding difficulties together with my mother-in-law in Italy and also with Irina Antonivna. Just last week you could see this kind of went slipping. So we're going to try the hack to get that solved. But before that, we'll do the general maintenance as quickly as possible in the spirit of make coffee not a special operation. So let's time this. How fast am I able to disassemble my grinder? Okay, here we go. Okay, so first you have to start with the top part. This should be easy to unscrew. You're basically just going for the coarsest setting and then it comes off. So try to always put your pieces in reverse in the same order. Then the next little bit also should come off quickly, but you have to press this down. Otherwise you cannot unscrew it. There it goes, again reversing the position. And then inside there's just a few things there. Oh, you see the rubber is actually, maybe let's make it easier and already remove this. Okay. And then here, okay, so in this piece we have a few bearings. Let's put this like this, and then the slides from the bottom. Here you have to be careful that all the pieces are in the correct orientation. I'm not sure if there's still, if this comes out, but you can see it is really kind of dirty. So then for the inside burr, again, let's reverse that. You need to have that orientation correct. Also the spring, its larger surface has to be on top. Okay, again reversing that. So now we have completely disassembled it and we can quickly brush it on the inside burr. So you want to use your crude brush for that instead of the fine one. The fine one you may use afterwards to really just remove the last dirty pieces. Then the pieces itself, again you have to kind of, let me show you this a little bit, how it's oriented here. You have to kind of be sure you're not forgetting the orientation, so that as you can see here, that piece actually comes in a few pieces together. So now this is tricky to keep it in place. All the pieces we have to reverse. So always don't forget your orientation. Okay, quickly this. Okay. Maybe a little bit, oh, with the coarse, yes. Okay. Inside of the container. And we're now ready to do the reverse assembly. Okay, so hops, here we go. Again, everything was put in the reverse position. There's a little ridge on top of there. This way you see that that's actually the correct position, which will enter inside there. That's for the bottom pieces. So then you have to get the orientation correct. It's given a little bit of resistance. Okay, there it goes. Then we had this. 3 little pieces together. Let's do them one by one. Actually, this first one only has one orientation, so it only goes in one way. And then for the other ones, you'll have to be kind of careful. Okay, so again, reversing it. Also the second one, that one doesn't really matter. And then the final one. This one also doesn't matter because it's round. The one that does matter is here on top, which has the little ball on top. And this is going to affect your calibration, but that's something you can adjust afterwards. You can see how it ends up, and then if it's too far away from the 0 point, you can then readjust it. So I'm not going to do the calibration at this point, just going to see where it ends up. Okay, so it's ending up at 2 or 3. So either I could just make those calculations when I'm grinding, or I could try and unwind this again and that next piece and shift that a little bit to then try and get it on the 0 point. So that's for the disassembly and reassembly. So I'm, well, a few minutes. I guess if I wouldn't be making a video, I could do this even faster. Now the really important part would be addressing this issue. So the hack that you can find mentioned for the 1zpresso is you take hot water and bicarbonate, you mix that together in some hot water, and inside of this you clean that rubber, which should completely degrass this. And then with a cloth, you also degrass the exterior of your grinder. You don't want to get that too wet, but it is important to remove as much of the oils that might have built up over time of using it, so that the rubber can basically do its job. So I'm going to do this at ease, and then in the epilogue let's have a look at how it is grinding. So the cleaning has now been completed. I have been able to put the calibration point close enough to 0. So now let's see if the bicarbonate treatment helped. I have to slide this back on, which is already quite difficult. So I guess the cleaning helped. I mean, I'm not even able to get this on. Yes, so that's quite difficult without any lubricant. So that bicarbonate, I guess there's situations you don't want to use that. Okay, so I guess it's rubber, so I could always get it around this way. Okay. Okay. This is going to be very, very useful, I guess. Very useful. Let's get this. Okay. Okay. Like this. Oh man. Oh man, I made quite a mess of this. Maybe if I... So I selected 7 grams of the coffee I got with my Roca Mignon grinder, the India, that promises to be present, wurtige Noten. So should have some nut flavors. Okay, let's get this on top, now like this. Okay, so this is really, I mean, this is going to be very helpful. So I'll put it on 8, which is on the finer scale of it, and then no slippage. So, good job. See you next time.